What if everything you've ever believed about your life is wrong? Not just wrong in the details, but fundamentally backwards. The pain, the confusion, the search for purpose. It wasn't just something that happened to you. It was something you agreed to. Your life is a lie. And the worst part? You chose it. Before you were born, before this version of you existed, there was something else. A decision. Not made by your parents. Not by some god. By you. Not the you that sits and breathes and scrolls. Not the you watching this, but the you behind all of it. The one you can't quite remember. The one you forgot. See? What if this life wasn't random? What if it wasn't punishment, or accident, or chaos? What if you chose it? The pain, the confusion, the fear, the endless questions. All of it. What if you agreed to forget everything you knew, just to see what it's like? Think about it. You were born into a world that never asked for your consent, a body you didn't choose, a name you didn't create. But what if you did choose, before it all started? What if this entire life is the result of a choice you made from somewhere else, some deeper place outside this reality, and you just don't remember because remembering would ruin the point? Maybe existence only works when you believe it's real. And to believe it's real, you had to forget, completely, totally, utterly, every moment of confusion, every heartbreak, every feeling of loss. Maybe those aren't glitches. Maybe they're the reason you're here. There's an ancient idea shared by mystics and thinkers across cultures, that we are souls trapped in a game, or a dream, or a test. That we were once whole, but we chose to break ourselves into fragments just to experience being human. Why? Maybe because eternity is boring. Maybe because truth means nothing without contrast. Or maybe because to truly know what you are, you have to forget it first. It's the ultimate trick. Create a prison, walk inside, and throw away the key. Then cry out, asking who put you there. You did. And here's the most terrifying part. Every time you ask why this is happening, why you suffer, why you feel lost, the answer echoes back. Because you asked for it. That doesn't mean you deserve pain. It doesn't mean the world is just. But it means there's a possibility you wanted this. That you needed this. That you're learning something so deep, so ancient, so beyond comprehension, that it couldn't be taught with comfort. It had to be forgotten. So what are you learning? That's the question, isn't it? Maybe it's patience. Maybe it's empathy. Maybe it's what it feels like to break. Or maybe it's what it takes to build something new. And maybe, when it's all over, when the body falls away and the illusion lifts, you'll remember. And you'll laugh. You'll look back at this life, this strange, terrifying, beautiful lie, and say, yes, that's exactly what I needed. Until then, everything will feel incomplete. Everything will feel off. Because this world was never meant to feel like home. It was meant to challenge you, confuse you, strip you bare. It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to make change. So the next time you feel like nothing is real, like life is a puzzle you can't solve, remember this. You built the puzzle. You scattered the pieces. And you hid the solution from yourself. Because that's the only way any of it could ever mean something. And maybe the moment you finally put it back together, the moment you understand why it was all necessary, is the moment you wake up. Not in this world, but beyond it. In the place you came from. The place you chose to forget. A place where there is no pain, no death, no beginning, and no end. Only memory. And you'll remember that the whole time, it was you. You were the creator. You were the experiencer. You were the answer. And it was never a lie. It was just the deepest truth, disguised as forgetting. But maybe that's not the end. Maybe after the remembering comes the next step. A return. Not just to yourself, but to something bigger. A merging. A reintegration with everything you once stepped away from. And maybe you'll realize you weren't just learning for yourself. Maybe you were learning for all of it. For the collective. For the system. For the dreamer dreaming this dream. Maybe every moment of suffering you experienced added texture to something infinite. Maybe every doubt carved out space for deeper understanding. Maybe the act of forgetting wasn't about losing something. It was about earning it back. And when you do, when you fully remember, you don't just wake up. You evolve into something that was always there, waiting for you to return. And in that moment, maybe you'll smile. Because it was never a lie. It was the truth, hidden inside a question. And you were brave enough to ask it.